Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Oracle Hour. I am your host, Amy Westervelt, spiritual channel, mentor, mystic. I'm so excited to be here with you this evening. So, if you are so obliged, feel free to go grab a beverage of your choice, get snuggled up, and let's get into the wisdom. So, if this is your first time joining me here on the Oracle Hour, I would like to tell you a couple of things. First of all, this is a complimentary program. Hi, Garrett, which means that there is no cost to participate. However, I do have my Venmo that will be scrolling at the bottom of the screen should you feel compelled to, I don't know what the word is, reciprocate if you should get a reading. But the readings themselves are actually complimentary. Okay. But if you're a person who feels like you want to kind of keep the energy flowing, that's totally fine. The way that this works is that in a couple of moments, I will be sharing with you what our card decks are for tonight. And I will be opening the floor for you to request a reading. Now, the thing about these readings, as of this point, I am only doing oracle readings and channeling. I have yet to move into the world of tarot. And not that I don't read tarot for myself, but I'm still kind of a novice when it comes to tarot, and I want to be sure that if I do read tarot for someone that I'm really tapping into the nuance of it. So you won't be seeing me reading tarot here. However, oracle cards are something that I really enjoy, and so I will be bringing those this evening. Now, one thing I would love to ask of you guys, if you are so inclined, if you wouldn't mind sharing this out to your community so they can watch and they can enjoy, I would love that. If you don't mind. I think that the more people that get to see these things and get to hear these conversations and see that they're really rooted in love and understanding and wisdom, I think that would be a really good thing for all of us. So that being said, let's get into tonight's cards. I've got 3 for you. You guys know I have an endless list of oracle cards. So we're going to go again. We did this one a couple weeks ago, the Prairie Magistrate Oracle. I really love this one. Okay. And it's just kind of a fun one. You know, it's got some animals and kind of just a little bit of natural kind of feel to it. So I really like that one. We've also got Earth Magic Oracle cards, which are really great, and especially where we've got a new moon going on, I think that bringing in some of the nature will be really powerful. And then we've got a new one that I haven't put on here. Thank you, Persephone. The Divine Energy Oracle, and I really enjoy this one. It's very to the point. Oh, my little puppy is running in the backyard, and it's the cutest thing. She's so excited to go play with the kids. My children are outside playing. It's still early here. So The Energy Oracle as well by Sonia Choquette. I probably butchered the French on that. Okay, the way that this works is if I cannot see your name, it's going to be really hard for me to interact with you. So if you see your name come up as Facebook user on here, just make sure that you put a hyphen and put your actual name so that I can get you on the list, because otherwise I'm not going to know who I'm talking to. I could technically look at my phone, but I think that would kind of distract me from the energy that I'm here to bring. So let me tell you guys a little bit about kind of how I got into this and where this came from. So I spent a lot of my life feeling like I had access to knowledge that I honestly thought everybody had. I thought that everybody could see what I saw. It wasn't until I was about in my late 20s, early 30s that I recognized that I actually, hi, Irene, thanks for coming, that I recognized that I actually, I guess, had a gift, and that not everybody was seeing or feeling what I was feeling. And so the more that I nurtured that gift, the more that it became strong. And then I started to kind of channel messaging from the collective, for the collective, from the collective consciousness. So what happens is when I tap into a person's energy, with their permission, of course, what happens is their higher self is literally standing on a chair saying, listen to me. I know what we're doing. I know where we're going. I just want to tell you what's going on. And so, oh, hi, Amos. hi. And so all I do is reconnect them to that voice that they've been listening to all along, right? That voice that has been telling them that they thought was just their inner, their inner dialogue, that was just their agendas. No, that's actually your higher self coming through. What else? I think that's it. Oh, yes. If you are open to it, I would love to bring you on the screen when I do your readings. So just let me know if you're not okay with that, if you'd rather just, thank you, Irene, for being here. It means the world to me. Let me know if you don't want to come on screen, and then I can just give you a message. Okay, let's officially start the list here. Amos, I saw you first. So Amos, let me send you a linky poo. Oh, hi, Erica. Nope, it doesn't. Okay. Invite. Copy. All right, Amos, this is coming to you. There you go. Erica, sending you one too. You can just hang out in the room while I'm waiting. Whoever comes first is fine. There you go. Who else have we got it? Garrett. Yep. Got you, Garrett. Garrett, I can see your name, sweetie. Okay. So just to make this as smooth as possible, I'm just going to give you guys all the link while you're here. And then if you guys want to hang out and wait until it's your turn, let's do that. Sydney, you got it, babe. I was thinking about you the other day, Sydney. How have you been? Okay. There you go. All right. Okay. You guys all have the link in your DMs. Amos, Erica, Sydney, Garrett. So whoever pops up first, and it's Amos.
Out of the shower. Wasn't expecting to come on the screen.
Hello, gorgeous queen. How are you?
I'm good. Long time no see.
I know. You were killing it on TikTok. Like, I didn't even know you were on TikTok, and now all of a sudden you're like crushing it over there. Like, what gives?
Yeah. I have no idea.
You're just magnetic. You were just
magnetic. And very happy to get out of school and very happy to start seeing you again because it's been a really long time. I miss you.
I know. What can I do for you?
I don't know. I haven't jumped on one of these. I don't even know really what I jumped into. I just happened to be around at 7:00.
All right. Okay. Let's go with this new Divine Energy Oracle. I feel like this one might be the one that's looking for you.
I've spent 8 hours in nature today, so I did it.
Oh, Erica, you don't have to download anything, honey. It's just a website. You don't have to download anything. She's saying that she can't download it. She has no memory. It's not a download. It's just
a clickable link.
Yeah, it's just a clickable link. All right.
I love this whole banner coming across and the whole intro. So
like
professional. Yeah.
I know. I made the intro myself.
Oh, I loved it. I loved every part of it. God, we just have a lot to catch up on.
I know, we really do. I'm like a whole different person since the last time we chatted. Can you tell?
Me too.
Well, it sure is a delight to have you. All right, Thanks. Here we go. Do I have permission to tap into your energy on your behalf?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Left. Be open to love. So this is interesting. I got to tap into this. Give me a second. Okay, so one of the things as you guys watch this, one of the things you'll notice is that the emotions come through very clearly of what's going on with a person. Translating them into English is not always easy. So there's a part of you that feels like your time has passed. Like the moment for love and romance and all that stuff is like over, right? Like that's not something that you can even focus on. You've made your bed, you lied in it, blah, blah, blah. And there's also this part of you that's like, this feeling of like, I already took my makeup off. I already got in bed. Like I don't want to like do that again, you know? And so, hey, Crystal. And so there's this resentful energy of like, how come I don't have this? But at the same time, it's like, I don't have the energy to start this again. So there's this dichotomy between wanting to have that level of wow and also not wanting to have to make yourself vulnerable enough to acknowledge that you want that wow. And so it's like holding on to the resentment of it is too juicy to change it. And so what I think like there's this part of you that's like, oh, I can't enjoy that, because if I enjoy that, then I'm not miserable. And if I'm not miserable, then it's not in alignment with what it's been. And that's what I know. So I've got to find a way to, I'm not going to say make myself the victim, but I've got to find a way to stay unfulfilled in order to continue on the road that I'm on, because I just don't want to put myself out there. I'm too tired for that. Right. And so this be open to love is about, it's less about whether it's him or whoever it is. It's about being open to it. It's about being open to that energy and trusting that it's going to come from where it comes from. So that shutting down that you're doing,
yeah,
it's, you think that it's just toward that particular outlet, but it's actually energetically in general.
Okay.
Does that help?
We'll sit and digest with that. I had work on the brain, but it is what it is.
No, it's definitely not work.
No, work was on the brain, but okay. Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. I hope it helps. Let me know if you want to chat about it later. I bet you will.
Okay. Well, I love you. Thank you very much. I really appreciate your time.
Absolutely. Bye.
I can't wait to watch what else you do.
Oh my goodness. I know. It's a crazy life.
Bye.
Oh my goodness. That was like pulling teeth from her guides, you guys. Sometimes it's like, okay, what are you trying to say? And also when you're friends with the person, it's even harder, because sometimes you have to say things that they don't want to hear. So you're so welcome, Amos. I'll explain it later in detail if you need me to. All right. Garrett is up next. Hello, Garrett.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good.
So what's going on today? What do we want? Do we want a card? What are we feeling?
Well, last time we did a reading, like a channeling. So let's try that again. Let's see if anything different comes out. And I have a funny story to tell you too after.
Oh, I like stories. Okay. Do I have permission to tap into your energy on your behalf?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so what I'm feeling is summer and summer agenda, summer. There's a push and pull energy of being able to relax and kind of take it easy from the school year, but also feeling like there might be some need to get ahead for some reason. And so kind of trying to figure out like, how do you balance that? I earned this. I've been teaching this whole year with like, and also we don't necessarily have the luxury of me sitting and watching soap operas all year, all summer. But your guides are saying that you actually have to do some resting, that you've been putting yourself through it energetically and physically, and that there has to be some resting. And it doesn't have to be all the time, but it has to be in there. It has to be part of the story. So trips to the pool, trips to the beach, like day trips can totally be something. It doesn't have to be like take the entire summer off, but if you're wondering, like, can I really afford to lean back a little bit? The answer is you kind of have to, especially with all the other things that you have planned for the fall and, you know, for your finances and all the other things that you want to do. You're going to have to rest in order to make space to be able to do those things.
Absolutely. And it's funny, like for the first time I'm teaching summer school, but I'm not really teaching a class. Like mine is more of like an enrichment club, so there's like no grading and I get to totally just do whatever I want. So it's been kind of this weird thought of trying to get out of like hardcore teacher brain and more into like what would I think would be fun for like my interests and my spirit and energy to like do with these kids, things that I don't get to do during the year because of standards and other things. So I've been thinking about that and the fact that it's only half days. And I was totally like, I plan to be in the pool at 2:00 every day, just floating and decompressing.
Yeah, absolutely.
The story. I was telling my mom actually about the last Oracle hour where I had the channeling, and she was like, you know, it's interesting. I've wondered if there was a little bit of you that was a little psychic. And she's like, I don't know if you know this, but it was apparently we were in church and it was right after my grandmother died, which I was like 6. So I did not go to her funeral at all. I had no idea anything about it. And in church they were playing the hymn How Great Thou Art, which apparently had been in my grandmother's funeral, and my mom was trying really hard not to think about that and and feeling kind of emotional, and then she apparently looked down at me and I was just looking up at her with like big tears in my eyes, and she was like, whoa, like how did she know? Because like my mom hadn't said anything, and I was like, that is interesting because I sometimes feel very highly sensitive, and so I'm like, that was an interesting story that I had not heard before.
Wow. That's crazy. I mean, it makes sense though. It definitely makes sense.
So, because emotions have always come through easier. So, and I know we've had that conversation. Like sometimes you have to think, is this coming from me or is this coming from someone else? So, but yeah, I thought you'd like that story.
You know, I like to do things recklessly, right?
Obviously.
All right, let's take out postcards from Spirit. Let's see if we can get a message from Grandma. Why not, right?
I mean,
okay. So all I want you to do is concentrate on the energy of her, what little you know of her. Ask her a question privately that you would like the answer to. And let's see. You ready?
Yep.
Okay, here we go. Dearest you, Garrett. We bet you must be so exhausted some days. Giving as much as you do, sharing your energy so beautifully in service to the highest good can leave you feeling depleted, like an empty well. Couldn't have planned this if I tried. If it feels as if there's no more water for you, the good news is we have a plan. Today, go take a relaxing bath, book a massage, read a novel, buy yourself flowers, or plant some in your garden. Make time for self-care, not more work on yourself. By tending to yourself now, you are reminded to do so more often. And be sure to use a word that might have caused you anxiety in the past, but is essential for your well-being. Say no. No, thank you. No, I can't. You do not have to explain. Just say no, gently but firmly. Then go for a soak. Life will wait for you to bring yourself back to center, replenished and ready for more adventure. We love you so very much.
Wow. I know, it's spooky sometimes.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait to hear about all the relaxing you do in addition to changing all those young lives. And I hope I will see you on one of the next Oracle hours.
Yep. And we need to get lunch sometime.
I know we do. I need to leave my hermit hole here.
Same.
All right. You take care, gorgeous.
All right. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh my goodness. So if you guys don't know, Garrett actually lives down the street from me. And even though we met one time when I used to be in that other network marketing company way back in the day. But we've never actually hung out. So it's just pretty cool that, that I can support her in that way. And hopefully she's there someday if they bring the pitchforks. Like, no, she helps. She's good. All right. Sydney's up next. I do have an open lineup if you guys are interested. Erica, I will get to you in just a minute. I will just do yours without having you come on camera. That's fine. But I do have some more spots open. If you guys are interested, feel free to drop it in the comments. And if you're just joining us, hello, I'm Amy Lee Westervelt. I am a spiritual channel. I know, Garrett, thank you. I am... You don't want to hear these kids in the background. Oh, no worries, Erica. I'm a spiritual channel, a modern mystic, a 5-2 sacral generator, all the things. So hopefully you guys are enjoying this. Feel free to jump into the line and ask for your own reading. I have plenty of time. It's only 7:25 here. So, okay, Sydney, hi. Oh, did I lose you? Maybe she'll be in the comments. Hold on, I'm changing the banner for a second. There she is. Whoops. Weird. I can see you down there, but I can't see you up here. There we go. Hi.
Hey.
Can you hear me okay?
Hello. Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Perfect. Yes, but you're a little blurry, which is totally fine. Okay, now you look like you're moving.
Okay, yeah, because I'm sitting outside, like away from the kids and everything. So I was hoping that it would be like quiet enough.
No worries. Awesome.
Maybe
Okay.
I need to move closer.
How can I help?
So I was looking at the Earth Oracle one because it was funny that you said like with the new moon and stuff, and I'm in Taurus. So like with it being new moon in Taurus and I'm a Taurus, so I was like, ooh, let's do Earth and see what comes up.
Let's do it. Let's do it. All right. Nikki, I just sent you this StreamYard link. So jump on whenever you're ready. Okay. Mhm. Do I have permission to tap into your energy on your behalf? Awesome. Stone people, vigilance. These stone people stand in their ever-present vigil along the shores of an ocean whose tide has receded, leaving the remnants of water upon which we can see them reflected. The sky, a soft and mobile backdrop for these solid beings, suggests peace and calm. They exude power, only moved and shaped by other earth elements, such as the sea, wind, and earth herself when she rumbles her belly. With practice, we can not only emulate these stone people, but also respect their ancientness and relative absoluteness of strength. They stand tall, bearing the ragged lines where these other earth elements have carved their impression on these otherwise seemingly immobile fortresses. Long past when we've left the earth for the world of spirit, these ancient beings will remain witness to all that transpires before their bodies. Okay, so the message is this. You have taken some really big steps in stepping into your mysticism, your Wicca, your all of your natural medicine. However, you have this like rocking this seesaw motion where you like go out, do something very declarative, and then lean back, and go out and then lean back. And so it's like you kind of like scurry out of the shadows, do something very provocative or make a statement energetically that's provocative, and then you talk yourself out of it and you bring yourself back into the shadow. And so what's coming up for you here about this is that you see yourself as the novice, as the one who hasn't had this success yet or hasn't. You look at it from the business perspective, and that's what you measure yourself as. But the truth is that you're actually a very ancient medicine woman, mystic. You have it all. You've just been obscured from your identity of that. And so can you trust in that multidimensional identity enough to know that even though you haven't seen it yet in this life, doesn't mean that you don't already hold it? It's like if somebody was in a horrible accident and they were a PhD of like a million different things, and then they lose their memory. And you tell them, no, you're a doctor. Like, see these pictures of you, like you have your PhD in 3 different things. And they're like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even know who I am. It's like, right, but you're you did all these amazing things. Do you see these pictures? And the people are like, the person's like, I don't remember. It's like, but how can you not remember? Like, do you not know who you are? I mean, imagine if Oprah Winfrey ended up with amnesia, like didn't know who she was. And the world was like, you're Oprah. And she's like, who's Oprah? What happened? Who am I? Okay, like, we've never really seen that happen on a major scale, but it could, right? And so that's what's happening with you. You have amnesia about all of the power and the magnificence that you have. And you come into this earth school where you haven't necessarily had a lot of the business experience, because it's not success, it's just experience. And you're using that to measure your identity as a wise woman, as a mystic, as a witch. And that's what keeps setting you back. Because every time somebody feels like they're onto something with you, every time somebody resonates, you disappear. And so can you hold the energy of the healer, knowing that you've just forgotten who you are, but that you can't erase who you are?
Yeah, it's definitely one I struggle with a lot because like I'm like, okay, let's go, let's do the thing, and then it's like I pull back because I'm scared of like I don't know if it's being seen or exactly what it maybe it like ties to like the judgment aspects of like others and being like having that polarity is a struggle for me. So I can definitely see where that makes a lot of sense because I always like I feel that like resonance inside of being like, oh, this large thing is in me and I have all this experience, and then it's like, wait, but do I really? So that question always like comes up. So I can definitely understand where you're pulling that from.
Yeah, it's very strong. She's just like, I don't know what to do. I tell her how amazing she is. She doesn't listen. Maybe you can get through to her. And I'm like, okay, here I go.
Yeah.
So
I don't
yeah,
know. I think it's trying to find where I can maintain the external um, visual aspects to others to maintain that resonance that you're speaking to, because that's like I said, that's where I struggle the most is like I start to get out there and I'm like, okay, I'm doing the thing, and then that something arises and then I'm like, whoop, never mind. So
but those things are going to arise no matter what. I've been doing this for what, 5,
yeah.
8, I don't know. I'm looking at the day of the week trying to add. So that's how bad that is. I've been doing it for more than 5 years and I still have my moments. I still have people vilify me online. I still have all kinds of things happen. That's never going to go away. What changes though is that you get to a point where you're like, I'm doing this. I'm doing this. This is who I am and this is who I get to be. So
Yeah. Well, thank you. I appreciate it
you're
a
so welcome.
lot.
I hope it helps. Have a great evening.
You too.
Bye,
Bye for
love.
now.
Oh my goodness, nose is itchy AF tonight, guys. I don't know what's going on. Okay, Nikki. Oh, Erica. Erica, what can I help you with, love? I know you're watching from the chat here, and we've got lots of folks watching on YouTube. So hello, YouTubers. So good to see you here. So good to see you. Okay, so Nikki, I sent you the link. Would you rather be on here? That's okay. Erica, romance, maybe business. Okay. We got to pull a card because there's so much coming through. I'm like, oh, where do I even begin? Probably because you're asking 2 different questions. Okay, we're going with the Prairie Majesty. Why do I keep saying that? Prairie Majesty Oracle. Oh, interesting. There's children I don't know in my backyard. How fun. Hopefully my husband knows they're back there. Okay. Oh, did I tell you guys? I am doing away with my Dream Design Intensives, doing them all by themselves. They will only be available as part of my coaching packages at the end of the month. So if you guys are interested in having an intuitive reading done by me, it's human design and soul vision. It's a 90-minute reading. They're $444. They will now be included in my one-on-one coaching packages only. So if you guys are interested in that, drop intensive into the comments and I'll get you the link to sign up. You do not have to have it by the end of June, but you do need to sign up by the end of May. Excuse me. Okay, here we go, Erica. What role is mothering energy playing in my life? Okay. So, oh, do I have permission to tap into your energy? I should have asked that first. Hopefully I do. Cute bunny. So there's a misconception around mothering energy. People think mothering, they think feminine, but mothering energy is actually very masculine. Mothering energy is, did you do this yet? Did you do this? Did you take your medicine? Did you drink your water? Did you do this? Did you do this? It's like, my dad used to call it hucking. He'd be like, you're hucking at me. Why are you hucking at me? So mothering energy in a relationship is bad news. Anytime you have a romantic partner and you bring mothering energy in, that's when it's kind of the kiss of death. It removes the intrigue, it removes the romance. It's like the biggest cock block ever. Now, if you notice, when you first start dating someone, you know, you don't really care about whether they do those things. They're their own entity and you're your own entity, right? So like you go over their house, they leave their socks on the floor, you don't really care. So what I think is going on here is that your mothering energy, when it comes to this part, whatever partner it is that's coming up, is more of an expectation energy. It's not mothering in the sense of, did you take your medicine? Did you put your seatbelt on? Did you make sure you did your thing? But it's actually mothering energy toward you. It's mothering energy toward your needs and whether or not they met them. So it's like you are following behind them to remind them to take care of you. And that is naggy. So while you may have a desire to be it doesn't have to be a partner. It could just be the energy of it. It could be the energy that you give off that somebody needs to take care of you. Or that you want to be taken care of without them being the one to suggest it in the first place, if that makes sense. So it's like, if I lead with the idea that I want to be taken care of, and I tell somebody like, I just want to find a man who's going to pamper me and buy me takeout and, you know, take care of all of my sexual needs and da-da-da-da-da, and I'm just sharing that. Well, then the man who wants to do that isn't going to want to do that with me because he's going to feel like he's only doing it because it's what I want. Oh, well, you know, it's like you're creating an expectation with them that they're like, well, I can't even surprise and delight her because that's what she's looking for. That's what she's expecting. She's expecting me to behave in this way. So leaning more into self-sufficientness, and less into like the damsel in distress thing. It's a very nuanced line. If it looks too contrived, if it's too manufactured, it's like guys don't want any part of it. It looks needy. Needy is different than divine feminine. It's having high standards, but again, Erica, there's a nuance. There's a nuance to it. It's not coming into it like, oh my gosh, I am so ready for you to meet all my needs. I am so self-sufficient. I have all my needs met. And oh, if you meet some needs on the side, then that's a bonus. I call it something about Mary energy. Melanie and Laird calls it magic on legs. It's a whole vibe. It's a whole energy. Right. I get that. And I think it's a little bit more than can be discussed on a live with you in the chat. But we can definitely tap into that energy at some point later, maybe when we finish up your intensive, which I know I still need to get back to you on a date for that. So I will do that tonight before I go to bed. But hopefully this was helpful in the meantime. And like I said, we can pick this up later, but it's going to be too hard to explain it here on this chat. Yeah. Sorry. I hope it helps. Okay. We'll chat soon, I promise. All right. Nikki is here. Nikki, welcome.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you? How's Oliver? Wait, there's another one now, right? I forgot her name.
There is Miss Ava.
Ava. I knew it was an A, but I couldn't remember. How is she?
They're good. They're amazing.
I saw a picture of like what do you call it? Fried chicken yesterday.
Yeah.
And I showed it to my husband and I was like, look at this picture of fried chicken next to these dogs.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they passed the test for sure.
How can
For
I help
sure.
you?
So, this is my first time joining this. I always say I'm going to come and I miss it. And then I see the link after and I'm like, oh, I forgot. So I was happy to join in. So I say all that to say, I don't know how this works or what do I just,
So
what am
usually
I?
what people do is they either ask for a card or they just want like a channeled message. Where you haven't been here in a while, I feel like probably a card is going to be better just because
Okay.
you might not, unless you have a specific question, in which case I can try to tap into the energy of that.
No, I think a general card's good. Yeah, let's
Okay,
say.
perfect. Let's do that then. Let's go back to the Divine Energy Oracle.
Yeah.
Watching my
Hair's
kids.
growing out a lot.
Was that? Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah. This is it. This is the real thing. Are you out there world dominating, taking over companies and taking names?
I'm trying. It's been a little ebb and flow, both in input and in result, but
As
I'm
long as
still
there's
out
some
there.
flow with that ebb, we're good.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Do I have permission to tap into the energy on your behalf?
You do?
I don't know what source wants to tell you, but it's something because my nose is itching. Okay. Woo! Well, hello there.
Oh, all right.
Okay. I hear that, that song, that TikTok ever trend that was like the guy that's like mumbling and then it's like speak up and then he like says it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
That's what I'm hearing in my head. Okay. There's so many ways to go about this. Obviously something's bothering you, but I can't tell if this is coming from your inner voice. I thought at first that this must have been like a work thing. But there's an inner part of you that isn't making your needs known to yourself. You have spent a lot of time kind of trying to climb the ladder, burn the candle at both ends. There hasn't been a lot of thought given to what you truly desire. And like, what's at the end of all of this? Like, what's the reason? Because, Oliver can live in the doggy palace of the world, but like, that's not going to be the fulfillment that you're looking for. And so there's this part of you that's like really wanting to share what the purpose is. Like, why are we doing this? What is the meaning? Why are we here? But for some reason, that little voice is either getting silenced or being told to wait by the more dominant business side of you.
Yeah.
And so what it feels like is that it's all work and no play. And the play that there is like just so that you can say that you rested, just so you can check the resting box.
Right. Yeah. I feel like um my like work and career is like my go-to when I can't process my whatever anything else personal,
Yeah.
then I distract myself and it's like, oh, let me go study for the certification. Let me go
Right.
research this contract that I want to win, or let me, because I feel like I can be productive. But then when it comes back to just when you strip that away, I am saying, and I don't know if it's the inner me or the outer me or the which me it is, but I have been saying to myself, like, what is the point? What is the reason? Why are we here? Like, I'm just questioning everything because obviously the work stuff isn't, it's nice, but it isn't fulfilling. It's just the distraction. So, yeah.
Yeah. And so kind of think of it like if you had a niece and you told your niece that you were going to pick her up for the weekend and you're going to take her to the zoo and you guys are going to go get ice cream and then you're going to go ice skating and then you're going to take her to American Girl and you're going to do all these fun things, right? And then the day comes that you're going to pick her up and you're like, "Oh, sweetheart, I completely forgot. I have this meeting, but I'll be there in about an hour." And then an hour goes by and you're like, "You know what? I completely forgot. I have to go do this thing." And then she's sitting by the window, like waiting and waiting and waiting. And it sounds so painful, doesn't it? It's like, oh my God, you want to like run into this fantasy and grab this little girl and be like, "I'm so sorry." But like, that's what you're doing to your inner child every single day.
Okay.
She's like, "Let's play, let's color, let's go watch something on Netflix, let's have a glass of wine, let's go to a restaurant and just get a table for just us and order all the foods that we love. Like, let's jump on the couch." And you're like, "Yep, we will. As soon as I finish this, as soon as I finish this, as soon as I finish this."
Yep. Yep.
And so this card is actually for her because it's time for her to let you know she's not going to be a little girl forever.
You tell her. Yeah, that's spot on. Thank you.
You're welcome. I hope it helps.
It does. It does. I needed the reminder. So,
Well, I'm so glad you could be here and don't be a stranger. Come back anytime.
I will. Thank you.
All right. Bye, love.
Bye.
Whew, so many good readings tonight, you guys. You know, it's interesting. I just want to chat with you real quick about this. And I know there's not a lot of people watching, and that's okay because you'll watch later. But it's interesting because channeling, tapping into somebody's energy, it always feels weird. It always feels like, I could be making this up. And then as you start to feel into the details, as you make a commitment to really listen to the voice that's coming through, wherever it's coming from, you start to get these little wisps, these little details that come to you. And before you know it, you're really painting the whole picture. And as the person is feeding their energy, letting their guard down, recognizing, okay, this actually has some meaning, this has some connection, they start letting their guard down, their energy opens even more. And that's when the magic really happens. So I think that's what happened with Nikki was, you know, at first I was like, okay, speak up. I'm like, well, the common thing would be to say, you know, like a regular, just trying to get the easiest thing would be like, "There's a problem at work and you're having blah, blah, blah." But like, that wasn't what was coming through. It was deeper than that. It was a much deeper thing. And it makes sense because Nikki is a person who is such a formidable character, right? She's got such chutzpah, to use a Yiddish word, that if it was something like a disagreement or something like that, she would handle it with flying colors easily because that's just who she is. She would rise to the occasion. So I knew that it had to be something that was deep. It had to be internal. It had to be something that she couldn't necessarily come to the table with. And so that's where we found that was her message. So who else let's see. I think I have my whole list done. Is there anybody else who wanted a reading? Am I getting out early tonight? Let me know if you guys want one. I don't see anybody in the YouTube chat. Let me check the Facebook chat. Awesome. Okay, well, let me talk about some things while we're here. Like I said, my Dream Design Intensives are going away. Well, they're not going away, but they're being absorbed into my coaching packages. But there might be a silver lining for that soon. I'll tell you about that more as details get hammered out. But some people will know what I'm talking about. I just opened 5 spots for private coaching and closed all 5 of them. They're all gone. However, there is one spot that's going to be opening from an older client at the end of this month. So I know I said I was booked till July, but I've got one left. So if you guys are interested in that, definitely DM me about one-on-one coaching. I would love to serve you in that way. Let's see what else. Yeah, I guess that's kind of it. I know that the weather is getting warmer and the days are getting longer. So a lot of you guys are outside and enjoying yourselves, and it is Saturday night. Oh, hey, Brigitte, how are you, gorgeous? So it may end up being that we move the time, that we move the day. I really like doing it on the weekend, though, because this kind of gives me that expansive, like, day off energy. So I really like that. But we'll see. If it doesn't end up being a good time for you guys, we can certainly shift it around. Okay. Is there anybody else? Let's do last call. If anybody else wants a reading. Otherwise, I am going to go find my family and play video games and eat junk food like it's Saturday, which it is. So, all right. Are we good? Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining me for Oracle Hour tonight. I will be back next Saturday, same bat time, same bat station. I hope that you guys will join me. If you have any questions about coaching or programs or anything like that, please don't hesitate to reach out in the DMs. I am totally an open book, and I look forward to seeing you guys real soon.